Ever wonder why people working at your same company, doing the same job you do, earn far above average? I think that's something that we've all pondered at some point in time or another. I want to talk about that in this video. We've all seen those individuals, and I thought this morning about this particular topic. It reminds me of growing up in a small town in rural Oklahoma, a town of about 1,200 people, no stoplight. The only restaurants we had in town were mom and pop restaurants, no chain restaurants. A lot of the people in that town worked at a factory at a neighboring town, and they did similar yet different jobs, but they all earned about the same amount of money, except for a couple of people. A couple of people worked at the same company and earned significantly more. Why was that? What was it that they did that nobody else did? Interestingly enough, their marriages also seemed to be a lot better. Was it because they made more money? Well, let's not kid ourselves. Making more money is always a good thing, but it doesn't mean that just because you make more money that you can't get into the same amount of debt as someone that earns far less. So that's not it. When you ask this question and you dive into it, a lot of people tend to think it's because, well, those individuals spend a lot more time working. And time, I think, is a component of success. You have to allocate and spend appropriate amount of time in growing your business, but that's not the real answer. The real answer is found in the basics of economics. The real answer is found in the basics of business. I think it also kind of is found in the basics of successful relationships. And while time is important, I know plenty of people who travel extensively during the week, have limited time in their marriages, but they're incredibly happy. Why is that? It all gets back to this one issue, this one term: value. You have to add value. Think about it. Think about technology companies that spend many millions of dollars and many man hours developing some new widget. They spend all this time, all this money to bring something to market. They only achieve a return on their investment and high profit margins if that widget adds tremendous value to your life, to my life, to us as a consumer. Then and only then are we going to go buy that product. But it's got to add value. It's got to do something unique for us, save us time, make our life simpler. It's got to add a lot of value. The solutions or the products that come to market that are highly successful achieve exactly that. They add tremendous value. How do you achieve a lot of value in your business? Look, in our industry, transportation, there are a lot of individuals over the past 8 or 10 months that have seen their freight volumes increase dramatically. Coinciding with that, freight rates are a lot higher. As a direct result, a lot of individuals want to flock to companies that allow them to start their own business, either as a lease operator or an owner-operator. A lot of these individuals are not prepared to start that business, but they believe that they have to start this. This is the right time for these guys to achieve above average income. This is their solution. This is the way out. In fact, a lot of these individuals are highly unprepared to enter into that business environment. How can they be successful by adding value if they're not prepared? One of the ways to do that, probably the most important thing they can do, they've got to learn to work on themselves. Drivers are fortunate in the sense that they have a lot of time throughout the day to be able to download audiobooks and learn the business side of things, be it spreadsheets, be it understanding taxes, be it understanding business concepts, profit, loss, ultimately resulting in value. You've got to work on yourself first. It's interesting, those individuals who have better marriages, more successful businesses, they probably understand that component of value better than most. They also know that they've got to spend time working on themselves so that they can prepare their business to achieve ultimate value. So if you want an above average job and with above average benefits, above average income, you have to be above average. It's that simple. That doesn't surprise any of us. How you do that in a commoditized industry can be made more difficult. But I can tell you right now, I know a handful of individuals that are owner-operators that do exactly that. They add tremendous more value than the other millions of trucks on the road. As a result, they earn significantly more. They don't miss the opportunity to work on themselves. They're constantly looking for ways to improve. They're not wasting a lot of time listening to people on social media who have just a tremendous amount of failures in their life. Not to say that you can't learn something from people's failures, but at some point, I want to see a level of consistent success from those individuals that have failed. And simply owning something doesn't mean you're successful. Adding value and adding significant profit is what defines success for a business. That's just the truth. Work harder on yourself than you do your job. Last thing I'll say is when people go to college, they choose a focus, they choose a major. Some people also have a minor. Ultimately, they use that degree to open some door to go to work for some company. In your job, don't major on minor things. Now, what I didn't say was don't focus on the details. That's not what that means. But don't major in minor things. You've got to identify the things that are going to add the most value to your end customer, and that's where you want to focus your time. Focus the majority of your time on those things, not the minority. Just my opinion from this side of the steering wheel. Hope this makes sense. Work on yourself to achieve value. I suspect your business and your personal life will probably be better. I hope that's the case. And don't be majoring in minor things. As always, my opinion this side of the steering wheel. You guys take care.